Their hidden passion becomes the center of attention as the farmer decides to set things straight. The movie opens with Ciccio and Bianca enjoying each other's company. As it gets late, Bianca's sister Maria suggests they head home. Ciccio kisses Bianca goodbye, promising to meet her later. Back at home, Ciccio's wife, Lucia, finds their son with a cigar and gets upset, but Ciccio's mother brushes it off. Maria gives the boy some fruit while they wait for Ciccio. On his way back, Ciccio runs into Linda, one of his mistresses, who is angry at being ignored. Ciccio tells her to leave when he spots his son and mentions buying a goat for them to name together. At home, Ciccio has breakfast, and his mother questions his late arrival, comparing him to his unfaithful father. Bianca and Maria return to their father's farm with food for the workers. Bianca wants Maria to accompany her to see Ciccio again, but Maria disapproves of Bianca's affair with a married man. Their father, Kuma, tells his workers, who are all young women, to take a break. He singles out a pretty girl, tells her to rest, follows her, and tries to exploit her when she refuses his advances. Maria witnesses this and flees, disturbed by the girl's screams. Later, Ciccio visits a bar where Luigi is mistreating one of the farmers. Ciccio encourages the farmers to stand up for themselves, offering to buy their crops at a fair price. They celebrate, and Ciccio buys drinks for everyone. Luigi later complains to Kuma, claiming Ciccio is hurting his business and demands an apology, asking Kuma to intervene. The next morning, Ciccio returns home and discusses the exploitation of local farmers over breakfast. His wife questions his whereabouts the previous night, but Ciccio avoids answering, prompting his wife to angrily accuse him of being with a lover. Ciccio dismisses her, grabs a music player, and goes to see Bianca. They share music and become intimate, with Bianca expressing her deep feelings. Ciccio promises they will leave soon and start a new life together. Later, Ciccio and his friend Vincenzo are talking outside the church when Bianca's brother passes by, glaring at Ciccio. Vincenzo warns Ciccio that Bianca's father might find out about their relationship, which could spell trouble for him. That night, Ciccio learns that Kuma wants to meet him and heads to Kuma's house with some farmers, though he enters alone. Kuma has Bianca serve wine and questions Ciccio about his involvement with his daughter. Ciccio denies any connection, prompting Kuma to ask about his family, which Ciccio finds unusual. Kuma reminisces about knowing Ciccio's grandfather, who abandoned his family for a young lover, leaving Ciccio's grandmother behind with 3 children. The conversation shifts to Luigi, with Ciccio expressing disdain for the exploitation of the poor, something Luigi respects. Later, Ciccio sneaks onto the roof and enters Bianca's bedroom through a window. They go to the barn and spend the night together, deepening their affair. The following day, Maria and Bianca make breakfast for their father and brother. Bianca, still glowing, shares her excitement with Maria, revealing details of her night with Ciccio. When Maria asks where Ciccio is, Bianca says he must have left, having been in the barn that morning. Suddenly, Bianca's brother announces he is going to the barn to fetch hay, and Maria decides to join him. As they arrive, they hear a noise, which Ku finds odd. Maria offers to check it out and tells him to return with the hay. Once he leaves, she discovers Ciccio hiding and urges him to leave immediately. Next, at the church, Ciccio and Lucia discuss their marriage. He tells her he still loves her, but they've grown apart. Later, Bianca tells Ciccio she suspects her father knows about them. Ciccio reassures her, promising to talk to her father, which makes Bianca happy. Keimo informs Kuma that Bianca has been seeing Ciccio. Maria brings Keimo his clothes, and when questioned, she claims Bianca was at the store. When she returns, Kuma, furious at being deceived, calls Bianca a prostitute. In response, Bianca begins undressing and confronts him, accusing him of being the one who is truly sick and interested in younger girls. Maria covers her with a blanket. Later, Ciccio looks at his sleeping family, leaves during the night, contemplating his next move. The following day, he meets with Kuma to discuss his relationship with Bianca. Kuma invites him to walk, then instructs Ciccio to check the soil. As Ciccio bends down, Kuma strikes him with a shovel, killing him. Maria witnesses the murder, screams, and goes into shock. Ciccio's body is then taken through the town for his funeral. Antonio, Ciccio's brother, learns of his death, informs his fiancée, and prepares for the funeral. At the burial, he comforts his grieving mother. Bianca insists on attending despite her mental state, and Maria tries to prevent her. Lucia, along with two of Ciccio's lovers, carries his coffin out of the church. Antonio visits the police station but finds they are uninterested in solving the case. Meeting Venzo, Antonio learns that Ciccio was a playboy with many lovers, though Bianca was special to him. Returning home, Antonio finds his family in turmoil. His sister blames their father, while their father blames Ciccio for his actions. Antonio tells his father he plans to return home that night. However, he later goes to Kuma's house. Kuma locks Bianca in a room and confronts Antonio. Antonio tells them he needs to talk with Kuma. He is informed that Kuma is asleep and that no one from their family is allowed to visit. Antonio replies that the entire town already knows the truth. Suddenly, Kuma arrives, warning Antonio that if his father doesn't want to lose both sons, he should leave while he still can. Antonio leaves, bids farewell to his family, and gets on a bus. The following day, Kuma is in his barn tending to his horses when Antonio arrives and kills both him and Ku. The police arrive at Lucia's house to question her about the murders, but her father takes her in and refuses to answer any questions. After their father's death, both Maria and Bianca struggle to remain in town. They are shunned by everyone and become outcasts. As things worsen, Bianca seeks help from Luigi. They need workers for their farm, but no one in town is willing to work for them. Luigi agrees to help, but demands something in return. When he tries to take advantage of Bianca, she stabs him and escapes. Back home, Antonio meets his fiancée, who shows him their new apartment that her father bought for them. However, Antonio is distracted, still troubled by his brother's death. He decides to break up with his fiancée and sends Bianca a letter saying he will visit soon. When Antonio returns, his mother is overjoyed to see him. He goes to see Bianca, but when Maria lets him in and he sees a picture of Bianca's mother, he is shocked and quickly leaves. Antonio tells his father that the picture of Bianca's mother resembles a woman from a photo his mother found in his wallet. His father reveals that Maria is his daughter and explains that he grew up with Kuma's family and was Kuma's best man. After Bianca was born, Kuma, disappointed by having a daughter, began drinking and mistreating his wife. Antonio's family took Kuma's wife in, and a relationship developed. His father says that Antonio's mother is aware of this history. Antonio then speaks with his mother before visiting Bianca. She is stunned to see him because he is Ciccio's identical twin. Antonio proposes to Bianca immediately. Bianca envisions herself in a red dress, surrounded by townspeople walking together to the church to be married. The movie ends there. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.